Good evening. My name is Johnny Jetrod. We're going to take you into the story about the London terror incident on the London Bridge and bring you some information that you probably don't know. You may know it though. And we're going to shed some light on what they're not telling you about this incident and why these attackers were not arrested. We have questions, but I'm going to bring you information that would make you think otherwise, that they should have been arrested. So let's just see what this story brings. Khurram Butt, a British man of Pakistani descent, one of the main attackers, had been reported to the authorities by local citizens several times, yet nothing was done. He was also a star in a documentary called The Jihadi Next Door. Sam White on Twitter stated, "The jihadis are evading authorities by starring in documentaries about jihadis with jihadi in the title." So it's very obvious that this man, Mr. Butt, had been ISIS supporting, ISIS member, terrorist, jihadi, proud of it, very well known to the authorities. Nothing was ever done. Youssef Zagba, another one of the terrorists involved in the incident, had once told the Italian authorities the reason why he was flying to Turkey was that he was going to be a terrorist. The police were called and he was not allowed to fly. However, it's been proven that his dossier should have been sent to MI5, meaning that his complete profile should have been very, very well known to the British authorities, and his desire to be a terrorist should have been very well known, but nothing was done. Meanwhile, the British citizens continue to mourn over the losses. Boris Johnson takes over 2 days to release publicly the names of the killers, and 3 days have gone by, and some of the families with missing family members that were on the London Bridge or in the area still have not known of their family members' destiny. Were they victims or were they not? Authorities have still not told them. On May 15th, the West Midland Police Department, head of the counter-terrorism unit, had classified and highly confidential material stolen from his vehicle. That is very suspicious. You would think when the terror threat in England is going from severe to critical, why would authorities be leaving highly sensitive and highly classified information in vehicles in plain sight where people can steal it? You know, there was something recently that happened in American politics that resembles this sort of thing with Huma Abedin, Hillary Clinton's aide, having classified material stolen from her car in the midst of a campaign. All this is very highly suspect in my mind. During recent police raids, 12 suspects were arrested, and then as soon as the media cameras turned away, they were freed with no charges being filed. They may be innocent, but isn't that kind of strange? Are they just conducting raids for the sake of conducting raids with no real evidence, no real place to find these people, or are they just purposely looking in the wrong spot? Hell, there's 23,000 subjects of interest on the loose in Great Britain, yet nobody seems to be talking about them because it's an ongoing investigation at the time. Well, by my account, if the terror incidents keep happening in England, there will always be an ongoing investigation from now to eternity. That is until somebody stands up and does something about it. That is until your politicians and your authorities quit giving these scripted speeches and praising in one another for doing such a great job and dodging the tough questions that the people want to know until your counterterrorism units actually do something about it and stop leaving the very unarmed police in the streets to fend for themselves and defend citizens of Britain with little more than a billy club at times. This is a crazy situation. You have a terrorist incident situation that is at a critical level, and the mayor of London is telling the citizens that London is the safest city on earth and you should have nothing to fear. It all seems suspect to me. It all seems manufactured and crazy and twisted. It is a story like no other story. Call me conspiracy theorist if you want to. But I tell you, the details from the outside looking in really do look strange. The Birmingham Central Mosque is a no-go zone for the West Midland Police. It's not by safety, it's by an agreement between the mosque and the police. What the hell is going on? How are you going to allow a mosque to come to an agreement with the police to keep them out of there when we know that many imams are preaching hate against Christians? This is a horrible act against the people of London, the people of Britain, to allow this type of situation to happen. This should not be a no-go zone. There should not be any area in the entire country where the police cannot go, given the current situation. Every cop should be armed to the teeth, and every cop should be allowed to go anywhere within that country. It's your country. So I make a plea to the British authorities. I do. I say go back to the old control orders. The orders that had been changed in 2011 by Theresa May. Go back to the old control orders where people of suspect of interests could be given curfew, ankle tags, restricting their association with certain people, passports surrendering, and actually moving them to other towns for safety concerns. Go back to the old control orders. Begin to take back your security. You've got to do something. It's your country and it's falling apart. London and England as a whole is at a critical breaking point. Something has to be done. You've already pulled out of the EU. You have control of your own destiny. Do the right thing for yourselves. Americans support you. We're behind you. But we want to see you do the right thing. Help yourself first. Put Britain first. And stop this craziness. You've got to take control of your security. So I hope you enjoyed this special report. My name is Johnny Jetrod, reporting for Populist News. If you want to support this channel, look for the links with the PayPal and the Patreon account in the description below. Go ahead and share this report, make a comment in the section below, and give us a thumbs up. Have a good evening. Thank you, America.